Good morning friends. Today we'll see the dissection of the posterior triangle of the neck. So this is your head region, this is the neck region, this is your shoulder, this is your clavicle, and this region is your posterior triangle. So we have dissected it. We have removed the skin part. This is the skin part which we have removed. Now posterior triangle is bounded by anteriorly it is bounded by the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. So this is your sternocleidomastoid muscle. This is sternal part and this is the clavicular part. So this is the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Posteriorly it is bounded by the anterior border of the trapezius muscle. So this one is your trapezius muscle and this is its anterior border. And the base is formed by the middle one third of the clavicle bone. So this is your clavicle bone and this is the middle one third. So this is how the triangle is formed. The apex of the triangle is directed upward while the base is formed by the middle of the clavicle. Now this is what you are able to see is your posterior triangle. Now this posterior triangle has got roof part, it has got the floor and it has got the structures which are there in the triangle. So roof of this triangle, it is formed by the investing layer of the deep fascia which we have removed, and the structures which pierce to it are the cutaneous branches. So the several cutaneous nerve branches they pierces it. So this is the one of the cutaneous branches which winds around the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid muscle and it goes towards the ear. So it is known as the great auricular nerve. So this is your great auricular nerve which is directed upward towards the ear. Another branch which comes in relation to this posterior border is your lesser occipital nerve. This one is your lesser occipital nerve which goes over this occipital region. Further, if you trace this great auricular nerve backward, the another nerve which is there, this is also a cutaneous nerve which winds around the posterior border, middle of the posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid, and it comes towards the anterior aspect of your neck region. So this is known as the anterior cutaneous nerve, or you can say the anterior transverse cutaneous nerve. This one is the anterior transverse cutaneous nerve which supplies the skin or the superficial part of your anterior triangle region. And further, the another cutaneous nerve which pierces this structure is your supraclavicular nerve. So this is your supraclavicular nerve. This is what I am showing you. This 1, 2 and 3 branches, they are the supraclavicular nerve which supplies this region skin. So these are the structures which pierces the roof. Apart from this, the roof is being pierced by the external jugular vein. So this is your external jugular vein which comes over here and then it crosses this your sternocleidomastoid muscle and it comes to lie in relation to this parotid area. So from here the blood is drained and ultimately it goes into the subclavian vein. Now we'll see the floor. So floor, it is formed by the several group of muscles. So the superior most near the apex lies the semispinalis capitis muscle. Below it lies this muscle is your splenius capitis. This is your splenius capitis muscle. This muscle is your levator scapulae muscle. This region is your levator scapulae muscle. In front of the levator scapulae, the muscle which you are able to see in this floor is this one is your scalenus medius. Behind the scalenus medius and between this levator scapulae, the posterior part, it lies the scalenus posterior, and then this anterior most part, this muscle, this is your scalenus anterior. So scalenus anterior, scalenus medius, scalenus posterior. Above it lies your levator scapulae. Further above it lies this splenius capitis, and the superior most part you have got the semispinalis capitis. So this is how the floor is being formed by the muscles of this triangle. Now further, if you see this muscle, this is your inferior belly of the omohyoid muscle. This inferior belly of the omohyoid muscle will divide this triangle further into the two parts. The larger upper triangle, it is called as the occipital triangle, while the triangle which is this below is bounded above the clavicle and this above by your inferior belly of omohyoid, this triangle is known as supraclavicular triangle or the subclavian triangle. So this is your smaller subclavian triangle and this larger one is your occipital triangle. So now we'll see the content of the posterior triangle. So as we have seen that these are the cutaneous nerve which pierces or which comes out from the posterior triangle. So they are the content of the posterior triangle. This is your great auricular nerve. This one is your transverse anterior cervical nerve which goes over here. This is your lesser occipital nerve which goes over here. And this one is your supraclavicular nerve. So these are the three parts of the supraclavicular nerve. See, this is your supraclavicular nerve which supplies the skin over here. So apart from this four cutaneous nerve, the other content of the triangle are, see, near the apex over here lies the occipital artery. It is not seen in this specimen. Apart from occipital artery, the other content is, which is a most important content of the posterior triangle, is this is your spinal accessory nerve. So this is the spinal accessory nerve. It comes into the triangle behind the posterior border midway and then it goes downward and backward towards this trapezius muscle, and below this trapezius muscle it ends by supplying the trapezius muscle. This spinal accessory nerve supplies two muscles, the sternocleidomastoid as well as this trapezius. Below this spinal accessory nerve, the other nerve which you are able to see, this is one which goes parallel to it and downwards. It is your C3, C4 fibers. Another nerve which you are able to see over here. See, this is the nerve which supplies this muscle. This is, as I am pulling this part, you can see the movement of the muscle. So this is your levator scapulae muscle, and this nerve which supplies to it is your nerve to levator scapulae. This one is your C3 nerve which comes over here. Now this is your scalenus medius muscle. This muscle is your scalenus medius muscle and this muscle is your scalenus anterior muscle. This is your scalenus anterior. So between the scalenus anterior and the scalenus medius muscle, the nerve root which comes over here, these are the upper and the middle root of the brachial plexus. So this is the C5 and this is C6 part, and over below over here, this is the middle root over here. So this portion is known as your Erb's point. This is your Erb's point, and from here the several nerves comes. Above this, the nerve which is there in relation this anterior margin of the your scalenus medius muscle, this is your dorsal scapular nerve. If you trace it, it goes back and it lies in relation to this levator scapulae and then it goes back. Further, from the scalenus medius over here, you can find the fibers of C5 and C6 which unite to form what is known as the long thoracic nerve, and then it goes downwards. It is not visible over here. So this is your scalenus anterior muscle, and in relation to the anterior border of the scalenus anterior, there is another nerve which is you can see over here. This nerve is your phrenic nerve. So this is phrenic nerve which lies in relation to the anterior border of the scalenus anterior muscle. So this is how the content of your upper part of the posterior triangle, that is the occipital triangle, is. Now this, you know that this is your inferior belly of omohyoid. If you trace this triangle, that is your supraclavicular triangle, or you can say the subclavian triangle, over here what you are able to see, this is your Erb's point, and from here the nerve which arises, this nerve which arises and it goes downward is your suprascapular nerve. So this is your suprascapular nerve to supply the supraspinatus and the infraspinatus muscle. The another nerve which comes from here, which goes over here and then it supplies the muscle over here, lower part, this one, that is your nerve to subclavius. So this is the nerve to subclavius which supplies to the subclavius. So this is your triangle, that is your supraclavicular. Other structures which you are able to see in this triangle is, this one is the structure which goes laterally. This is the artery and this one is the vein which goes laterally over here, over this cord, and below this inferior biliofemoid is your transverse cervical artery and vein, or you can say the transverse cervical vessels. Further, if you see, if you go deep over here, this one is your middle root, or you can say this your C6 root, this is C7 and T1 root. So this is the lower your part, or you can say the lower trunk, this is the middle trunk, and this is the upper trunk. So here the brachial plexus is formed. So this is, in this triangle is the, you can see the part of the trunk part of the brachial plexus. Further, if you see this, this is your third part of the subclavian artery. This one is the third part of the subclavian artery, and from here this artery which comes out is your suprascapular artery. Apart from this, over here, this is your subclavian vein. So this is your subclavian vein, and this is your external jugular vein. Ultimately, if you trace it downwards, it drains into this subclavian vein. So this is how the structures of your posterior triangles are.